Bayethe wena waphakathi Ndlovukazi Nkosi
Your Majesty,
nabo bonke abasebukhosini baseSwatini
and the entire royal family here at Eswatini.
usho ukuthi isiZulu neSwati azizwani ukhona Mswati ongasizwa isiZulu kodwa kanti kuyeke baba wena waphakathi ngifisa ukubonga kakhulu
I would like,
ukuthi isilo singinikele lithuba lokuba khona kule nkonzo
I'd like to greatly appreciate that His Majesty has given me this opportunity to be here today.
wena waphakathi sekiwo kwesibili lokhu ngibala ngibakhona ngilalele inkonzo ebaluleke kangaka esizweni
Your Majesty, it's my second chance having to join you here in the kingdom in this great service.
ngenkathi ngila okokuqala ngaba bazisimanga sokuthi ingonyama ibe nombono omkhulu kangaka ukuthi njalo nje uma kuqala unyaka isizwe samaSwati sihlangane sikhulume noNkulunkulu sifise ukuthi unyaka lo oqalayo ube unyaka ozohamba kahle wenze isidwe samaSwazi sithuthuke
When I was here on my first instance, I was quite taken, Your Majesty, that you would have such a great vision to bring together the nation and surrender the year to the Lord for guidance as you begin the year.
wena waphakathi ngathatheka kakhulu okokuqala nje inkonzo kanye nabefundisi abashumayela ngangithi hayi abekho abashumayela ngaphe kwabo mangibalalele
When I listened to the pastors, I was greatly taken, and the service itself was quite amazing. I even thought to myself, there are no pastors that can preach as great as these ones do preach.
kangangokuthi ngaze ngasho ngenkathi isilo sithi awake ngibingelela amaswati ngathi kodwa ngisazoshona uma kuthiwa ngishumayele asegeqa amagula ashumayela konke okwakufanele kushunyayelwe
When His Majesty invited me to greet the audience, I was not sure of myself because all the men of God that had preached had done an amazing job.
kodwa namhlanje sulesikhulu kukhona into engithinte kakhulu ngokuthi inkonzo yanamhlanje ingafani nale yayikhona eyayinhle kakhulu ikhuluma futhi izinto ezicacile ukungithinte kakhulu namhlanje ukuthi abagcotshwa baye bakhuluma ngento esemqoka kakhulu kulezi insuku yokuthi isizwe samaSwati kukhona okungasiphethe kahle siyisizwe
The service I attended the last time, Your Majesty, was quite a great service. But this one that I've attended here today, I have been taken by the men of God who have spoken on issues that actually are not good for the nation.
Are not good. Are you sure? Kulungile baba, asiqhubeke. Into engithinte kakhulu ukuthi inkulumo ibicela uNkulunkulu wethu sonke ukuthi akeke abeke ihlo esizweni samaSwati. Bekusho lokho ngoba bazi ukuthi kwenzekalani esizweni samaSwati.
The message that was communicated today was asking the Lord to be considerate to us as a nation, and this they were saying because they know what is happening in the nation.
Kuye kwangithinta kakhulu ke hlanga lomhlabathi silo samabandla ngoba kuyenzeka ukuthi amazwe ngesinye isikhathi okanye abantu balelozwe kungabi khona ukuzwana kuze kuqhubekele kubeni kwenzeke lokho bekushuwa abafundisi la ukuthi kuze kuphume imphefumulo kuze kwenzeke okuningi okungasiphathi kahle isizwe engazi kahle ukuthi uma isizwe singezwana uma isizwe sixabana okukhathazeka kakhulu kuba umholi waleso sizwe isilo.
This I say, Your Majesty, because as the pastors rightly put it here, there are things when unattended to may cause that the nation be at loggerheads with each other, up to the point, Your Majesty, that some may lose their lives. So I am quite happy here today that these issues have been brought to the Lord in prayer.
Wena waphakathi mhlawumbe ngomunye wabantu oseke wadlula kulesimo esizweni engiphuma kusona iSouth Africa. Ukuxabana kwabantu kodwa okwakuthe ukuhluka kancane ngoba kwakukhona abamhlophe ababesicindezela bengafuni nje sibe ingxenye yokuphathwa kwalela lizwe nokuba sibe namalungelo ukwenza lokhu nabo ababekwenza kulelo lizwe lethu. Kwaba khona inkulumo ke ezazithi asingahluphani bakwethu siyizwe elilodwa ngoba phela sesabemukela nabamhlophe ezweni lethu kodwa baqinisa amakhanda bethi akasoze umuntu omnyama akhululeke ngoba ungaphansi kwabo.
Your Majesty, the issues of today in the kingdom have actually reminded me of what we have passed through as a nation in South Africa, even though a little bit different, because in South Africa we were having a white supremacist regime that wanted to make sure that we as black Africans never get to rule the nation. So these things affected us such that to the point that discussions and negotiations were not possible.
Ekugcineni njengabantu abamnyama babecindezelwe sathatha isinqumo sokuthi Sizolwa, sife uma kufiwa ukuze sikhululeke. Kodwa sekwenzekile konke lokho. Abamhlophe bangakushaya into etheni lokho. Kwaze kwafika esigabeni lapho okwaphuma khona imiphefumulo eminingi yabamhlophe nabamnyama eyayingabe ayiphumanga ukuba sasixoxile sayilungisa into esasithi inkinga emhlabeni wakithi.
This, Your Majesty, led to a confrontation whereby the blacks in South Africa decided to take up arms in resistance and defiance to the white supremacy rule, to the point that lots of lives were lost from the white community and the black community. These lives, Your Majesty, I believe if they had allowed that we had sat down and discussed these issues and negotiated, these lives would never been lost.
Abaningi baboshwa badonsa iminyaka eminingi ejele. Ngiyethemba ukuthi siyazi lo mholi odume kakhulu ubaba uMandela wahlala ejele amashumi amabili eminyaka neminyaka u7.
You might know that many were arrested, and amongst the arrested is our famous president, President Mandela, who served over 27 years in prison.
Ngangisemfana omncane ngaleyo nkathi kodwa nami ngifuna inkululeko. Ngagcina nami sengishona khona ngahlala ishumi leminyaka lonke nenyanga ezisithupha.
I was a young boy at that time. As I joined the struggle, I was also arrested for 10 years and 6 months.
Sase sizibuza ukuthi bekufanele yini sithi sikhuluma iqiniso nje leli elifana namaqiniso ebeshiwo abashumayeli la ukuthi size sidlule kulobuhlungu na. Ngathi mase ngiphume ejele ngahlala nje unyaka nenyanga ezu11 ekhaya. Kwafuneke ngiphume ngoba kwase kufuneke ngibuyele ejele futhi. Ngikhumbula kahle ngoba ngangena kulelizwe ngingena passport. Ngangakwazi ukuza ngime gateini ngoba ngale amabhunu ngangiyothi ngiyaphi. Kwafuneka ukuthi ngifohle ocingweni ngasenhlangano ngalale enhlangano qala kwami ukufika la eSwazi. Sengibopha imithwalo ngiyofuna kwabakithi ukuthi ngiyothola moya amandla ukuze sizikhulule. Ngaphandle ngahlala iminyaka eyishumi neminyaka emine nohafu. Kusho ukuthi impilo yami yonke nje icishe yaphelela ekuleleni inkululeko kungekho sidingo salokho.
It was only 11 months after I had been released from prison that there was now need once again for me to visit prison, when I decided to elope and escape from South Africa and ran away to the kingdom of Eswatini. I recall that I did not use a passport to gain entry into the kingdom, but I had to go through other illegal means to enable me to come. I recall very well that I slept at Nhlangano on my first time of entry into the kingdom. The question that lingers in my mind, was it really necessary that I spend so many years, as I spent over 14 years outside of my country, trying to fight for the liberation of our people? Was this absolutely necessary?
Ekugcineni ngaba ngokuqala othunywayo sekuvunyelwana manje ukuthi sekungakhulunywa ukuthi ngiyokwenza kukhona into kwakuthiwa talks about talks kusho ukuthi siyoxoxa ukuthi sizoxoxa kanjani.
I recall that I was amongst the first people that was received back into South Africa to enable that we have talks about talks, which in actual fact was an arrangement to see what are we going to discuss when we start our talks on this freedom.
Umbuzo ke ngazibuza wona mina kwakunesidingo yini ukuthi kuze kufa abantu abangaka ngosa sikubanga kuthi mase kufinqwaba yabantu obekuyimasithi hayike asihlale sixoxe sibe izwe lodwa na sasikwenzelana okokuqala nje ukuthi silwe na kwabhubha abantu abaningi abanye bafempini abanye bafejele bebulawa ilabo ababephethizwe ngalonkathi ekugcineni kwaba lukhuni kakhulu ukuthi kuthamba inhliziyo zabanye abantu ngoba balahlekelwa abakuba babebathanda ababethu kodwa babembulalelani usibanibani na.
The question that has remained with me is the question that was it necessary that throngs and throngs of people would die in the struggle that we went through, to the point that even when discussions were made, many people could not accept, could not receive the fact that we could stay and live together with people that had killed their family members. It was painful to the fact that these people were asking themselves, why was my family killed? Why was my brother killed in the struggle?
Wena waphakathi ngenkathi ngilalele intshumayelo zabagcotshwa begcizelela ukubaluleka ukuthi isizwe samaSwati asibumbane sihlangane bethi sekunemphefumulo ephumile ngathi ngenhliziyo kazi bayazini ukuthi uma kwenzeka lokho kusala inhliziyo ezikhathazekile kangakanani na ngabe sikhona isidingo sokuthi singakhathazana inhliziyo ngoba uma kukhona inkinga kufanele siyixoxe kuvele bonke njengoba bebemema abagcotshwa ukuthi uma kukhona konakela sikulungiseni. Ngikusho ke lokhu ngoba ngiphuma kuleyo nhlungu njengomunye bekufanele ukuthi azame ukushoshozela laba balahlekelwa abakubo. Ngikhumbula kwenye isikhathi kukhona babuza ukuthi ubani oyobuyisa ubaba wami wafana ngasale ngahlupheka na.
Your Majesty, as I was listening to the men of God who have been preaching here this day, they put more emphasis on the unity of the nation. The question that was in my mind is, do they really understand the pain that remains in people after the loss of life that has been alluded to by the men of God here? I speak this, Your Majesty, as one that was been in the forefront of trying to make peace and trying to ensure that people's questions in their hearts and their minds are answered. Questions like, who shall bring back to life my father who passed away at the hands of brutal people and I led a painful life in my upbringing. These questions are painful questions that we were confronted with in the reconciliation process.
Angiye ngithi ke mhlambe siyakwazi ukuyichaza ukuthi kwakukhona abaphangi abafika abamhlophe basiphucizwe mhlambe kwakufanele sife nokufa uma usumtshena umuntu ezwe ukuthi hayi kuyezwakala ngoba vele kwakufika abantu abasisukela nje ngitheke mangilalele ngathi ake sithi kaMswati afika lapha hayi ke sekukhona uxolo manje uma sekukhona lo mbuzo phakathi kwaMswati ebuzana odwa kuyophenduleka kanjani ngoba akusekho nokuthi ungacasha ukuthi abelungu lapho sasibulana sodwa uDlamini noDlamini abantu bayothi kwakwenze njani ngikusho lokhu ngoba ngithi intshumayelo le yanamhlanje njengoba ngithi ngithintile ingithinte ngoba ngike ngafika kulesimo esinje ngiyasazi ukuthi sibhlungu kanjani isimo engingafisa ukuthi isizwe sakithi esinjenge Mswati sifikelele kulokho isizwe esasisiza thina sihluphekile sisizwe sincane kodwa sancamela ukuzondwa belungu sisiza thina ukuthi sikhululeke okwami ngokwazi amaswati abantu abakwazi ukukhuluma nabangakwazi ukuxoxa into noma ilikhuni kanjani ukuthi ilunge angaze ngizizwe izimpi mina la eSwazi sokulokhu nje lazwa njengezwe lokuthule eAfrika kuthiwani ke manje mase kuyilona eliqhamuka selapha sesiphuma khona thina liyongena khona nalo ebuhlungwini na ngibona ukuthi intshumayelo zabefundisi zibaluleke kakhulu ukuba mhlambe bengifuna ukuthi ngikhulume kuzona bengabheda bakusho konke okufanele ukuthi kushiwo ngisukumele nje kuphela ukuthi ngizothi awu kubhlungu kimi ngoba eSwatini kusekhaya kimi hayi ngoba ngafika silwele inkululeko ngahlala futhi la amaswati zihlobo zami makuthinteka bona ngiyathinteka akusakwazi na ukuthi silo samabandla kutholakala indlela yokuyilungisa lento njengoba sebekhulekile beletha umbono kaNkuluNkulu ke siwulalele singamaswati sivume sihlale phansi sixoxe ukuthi konakelephi ngesinye isikhathi uma umzi uxakekile uyubiza abafowabo bomakhelwane ukuthi hawo ke nisilekelele nakho kukubi la ekhaya ayimnandi lento ibhlungu bengifisa nje ukuthi kuphela ngisho lokho nje ebese ngibonga kakhulu isilo ukuthi saba nomqondo omhle kangaka ukuhlanganisa isizwe njalo nje makuqala unyaka sikhumbuzane ngokuthi singabantu bakaNkuluNkulu.
Your Majesty, when we were faced with the difficulty in South Africa, it was quite strenuous, but we tried to discuss with our people who had questions to the effect that who had killed their beloved. Our only defense that we had at the time was that there were white people that had come into our land, that had invaded us and oppressed us. That was our defense that possibly calmed down the nerves of the people that were up in questions, trying to figure out what happened. This now gives me a reflection to question the Mswati, to say what will be the defense that will calm us as a nation when we come to ask this question: was there a need for someone to be killed? Because in this kingdom, we are all related. It has been a Dlamini up against another Dlamini who has killed amongst ourselves. What shall be the recourse? What shall be the defense that we have? As I have been listening to the pastors here today, I have nothing to add upon the words that they have spoken over the nation, but to emphasize that it is indeed an opportune time for us as a nation here in the kingdom, as I also count myself as one amongst you as a Mswati. As I've spent most of my time here in the kingdom, I implore the nation to find room and heart amongst the Mswati, to find solutions and to live in peace as a nation that has been known for peace. We as South Africans have lived here in the kingdom in peace. We have been helped by you, Mswati, as peace-loving people who have always found solutions amongst yourselves. I therefore implore you as a Mswati that the same heart that you gave to us as South Africans in need, find these solutions and have the heart to recognize that you must live in peace together.
Wena waphakade ngizabacela befundisa ukuthi bangagcini ngokushumayela nje kuphela emasontweni. Mhlambe ke bahlangane bona bebodwa nje, ngoba baphethe amabandla, baphethe amaswati. Ke balethe umoya obalulekile ukuthi amaswati awayive lento abeyikhuluma nalayishumayelayo, ukuze kube khona uxolo nokuthula esizweni samangwa.
I ask that the pastors may not only just preach the gospel here in the pulpit, but if pastors may unite and discuss these issues and find reconciliation and peace amongst the Eswatini nation.
Bayi, wena waphakade ngathatha isikhathi senkosi kuba isazoshumayela. Ngiyayazi iyashumayela nayo kahle kakhulu. Bayi, wena waphakade.
Baethe.